It seems like it's kind of slowed down a little bit, and
Oh my
and
god.
you know now you can start to hear several screams. Screams or shrills of
Oh
terror.
my.
Ah!
Let us run. Come on.
Ah! Ah!
But it was just Tiberius? Sorry, guys, I got a little feared.
Let's see what's behind this decorative door, shall we, Lady Widow?
Yes, let's go ahead and peek in the decorative door.
Okay, well that door is definitely locked.
Well, it won't be for long.
Be my lance to knock this door down. All right.
It,
Until somebody presents a better option.
as
Yeah.
as you're riding your steed throughout the hallway.
Yeah, I summoned my steed. I'm on horseback now, man.
But it's okay because his steed also had a outfit, so we're good.
You right-click on the
Hey,
little horse, the whole little horse emblem in your inventory. You right-click on it.
And my quick bar, I hit my mount. It had recharged already.
I'm gonna look at this door real closely just to make sure that there's no presence of any kind of traps or anything like that.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Perception?
You can give me perception too. Yeah, sure, why not?
Traps?
Yeah.
Oh, hell, just roll the dice.
Is that a common thing? Traps, Tiberius? Have y'all encountered many of those? Lately?
Traps happen all the
Are-
time, man.
Are traps a thing?
You
Mostly
just-
the ones that we said.
Let's see. Yeah, you just rolled a crit, so
Oh my god, you opened the door like a beast!
No, I didn't open the door
Right,
yet.
she
I
phases
was
through the door.
I was checking it
That's
to
right.
make sure there was no traps on it.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
You really know there's not any traps.
Yeah,
Okay.
it rolled disadvantage, but for some reason you had the poison effect on you, but which I took it off. But yeah,
Okay.
you don't notice any kind of traps, and in fact, there's no lock on the door. I mean, there's no type of visual keyhole or nothing like that. It's just there's just a couple handles.
But they won't
I get my
open.
crowbar out, dude.
Okay.
Oh, I think I look in the chat. Looks like they put poisoned and resist poison on Widow.
I think
Oh,
it might have
she's
been
poisoned.
left
Because
over
of the
from
thing.
last game. I don't think they did that. I think that was left over from
No, I
last
didn't
game.
put poison on her, no.
Yeah, I've got everybody situated right now, so you guys are good to go. Yeah, there's
Alright, does the decoration on the door have any sort of pattern to it, Dave, or is it just like a bunch of jewels?
it's a beautiful wooden door, and it's
Okay.
it has sort of like a marble frame to it that matches the wall. No
And no
windows in
visible
the door. No.
doorknob or anything.
No windows in the door, and in fact, the door is so tightly fit into the door jamb that you just can barely see like a sliver of light kind of coming out of it.
No hinges on this side, I assume.
No. But I mean,
Okay,
there is
so I look
it is a
around-
double door, and there is a crease between a very
Oh, okay.
small crease that you could probably get your crowbar into that if you wanted to. But then
I
again,
totally have a crowbar, Dave.
yeah, I know you probably have a crowbar. Now,
I know.
no, I can.
Now.
You have some other things in your surroundings as well, so that I've given you hints on. So, is there anything else you guys want to do before you crowbar that door
Well,
wide open?
I'm looking around to see if there's any kind of just look around the area, any kind of switches, anything that's looks like it's out of place that might help me figure out how to open this door since there's no obvious lock.
No, you don't. And I'm not even going to make you do a wasted perception roll on that. But no, you don't see any kind of levers or any kind of buttons. No tripwire, nothing like that. It just looks like the door is probably locked from the inside, or maybe barred or something like that.
How big are these portholes that the sound is coming out of?
Oh, I'm glad that you asked that. They're probably about about the size of maybe, I'd say about 8 inches. Circumference is about 8 inches. They're not.
What about the diameter?
8 inches across.
Okay.
Way to go.
So, what's the radius of that? So 8 inches.
Shut up,
So
Tiberius.
4. If it's radius and it's 4, multiplied by 2 for 8. So
How
I'm
high
not
up are these
mistaken.
things?
They're about maybe 20 feet or so. 20,
Whoa.
25 feet.
So who could actually fit into that?
You can't
Who's
fit inside
8
the
inches?
hole.
What could we?
You could.
I
You
could
could.
see my familiar in.
You could mage.
Ah,
you could
there
be
you
familiar,
go.
or you could mage hand it open. Stick your head in there and mage hand the crap out of it.
I let my familiar turn into a spider
Okay.
and allow him to walk through.
Okay, and you can see.
He's gonna have
things from
spider
your
claws.
size, right? Yeah. All right,
That's
so
right.
I would
Daddy
guess,
long legs.
I would imagine you would probably go into like a trance-like state, Vey, as you're looking through your familiar's eyes, maybe. With your eyes maybe rolled
I don't
back
think it's
into the back
that
of your head.
advanced, but yeah, we could do that.
All right, well. Your spider crawls up.
Whatever you want to do,
You
Dave.
can see this thing crawling. Just humor me, worm. You. This thing is crawling its way up as you're looking, and as the spider kind of gets up to the top of the hole, and it sits on the top. The spider now goes out of everyone's sight, and what you see, Vey, is astonishing. You see this chamber, this beautiful chamber, with a huge well in the very back of the room, and you're kind of pivoting back and forth with the spider, surveying the room. There's also a well on the left. There's a well, and these wells are sort of inlaid into the wall, so they're in sort of like a half circular type of indention in the wall. And there's like I said, there is a well on your left. There is a well on your right, and straight back there, because it looks like you're at the center door, and straight ahead there is a huge well, and you can see 2 individuals standing at the well, and one of these individuals is in a purple robe, and you see that this individual has the mask of dragons on. The other individual is in like a exactly, it looks exactly like the individual that you had seen blowing the horn. Definitely a wizard of Thay, and this wizard of Thay has his hands up. You can see that what would definitely probably be Severin in the purple dragon robe and with the dragon mask. He is, standing there in the middle with his hands up. You can see that there is a sacrificial altar. You can see lots of bones everywhere in this chamber. You can also get the scent of death as well, and you can see huge pools of blood around around all 3 wells. The well on the left, the well on the right, and the massive well that's in the middle. That's where the biggest concentration or the biggest pool of blood is.
I say aloud, this is probably our place that we're looking for. I'm going to look and see if there's a way in or an alternate way in.
Well, you can see that there are 5 other doors with the door where you're at now, and they're all evenly spaced around this mega massive chamber. And yes, there are ways in, but as you're kind of looking at the doors, you can see that there are bars on the door, and you can see that these bars are kind of mounted into the wall to where they just kind of flop down like an arm, and it rests into the back of the door.
Can yours? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Vey. So we're just
Describe
watching.
the door handles, or the door locks and the bars.
What, from the? They're on the inside.
So-
Yeah.
So maybe we could get something in there and slide this thing up.
Well, that's her.
or something?
That's her imp. Her familiar can
Spider.
shapeshift, right?
But
have
not
no
into
idea.
anything big enough to
To pull
affect
the
those
thing.
bars.
How close is that guy to the? How close is that guy to the well? Maybe we can push him with some burst of energy.
How thick is this wall?
The wall's probably about maybe 3 feet, 4 feet thick, 5 feet thick, somewhere in there.
Is it stone?
It's like a marble. It's like
Stone to flesh, and we'll hack our way through it.
Sounds
Um,
legit.
We also have these Misty Step diamonds.
Oh, to teleport in.
Yeah, but we have to be able to see where we're going to.
Look
Yeah,
through
but we
this
can
hole.
look through the portal.
Ah,
and it
good.
is within 30 feet. So, yeah, you could use those if you wanted to. That's a
But what does-
brilliant idea.
But what about Ralph? He doesn't have a Misty Step
I
diamond.
have no.
I have
Well,
two.
I assume somebody could open the door from the inside once one person got in.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah,
We
yeah.
wouldn't
So why
want
don't
to
we?
waste them all.
One person. Who's the stealthiest of all of us, and who can go invisible?
Yes, I was going to ask. Does anybody have the capability of using invisibility magics? I've heard of such things before.
I can cast invisibility on her.
Well,
Let's do that.
I have my cloak of elvenkind too that lets me.
Well,
Go
That's
invisible.
Lady
extra
Vay,
quiet.
you can actually see inside of there, so I would imagine you would have the best chance of pinpointing your location using these some sort of miracle diamonds you've just described.
Oi, mate. Sir Ralph, they are not miracle diamonds. She just said that they were called Misty diamonds.
Oh, well, all right.
They make you
they allow you
teleport.
to teleport. Sounds like a semi-miracle to me there, sir.
Yeah, teleporting
No,
could be a
that's wrong.
miracle to some
A
some
lot more
orcs.
capable than I should
Oh,
go
so,
in.
so
But I'll remain in for looking.
you say that you
Okay.
don't believe in magic? Oh, here's also what the figure in the purple robe looks like. Right here,
Oh God.
right there. You know, of
Whoa.
course, he
Check
has
it out.
the, you know,
Oh my
the
gosh.
dragon map one. That's Willie on Saturday night.
Sparkle!
Yeah. Okay.
And you know he's wearing
Jazz
purple, so you
hands.
know that that's probably the best armor in the game.
All right.
I bet this is fastest
I'll
road.
go in. I mean, I'm not familiar with these misty step stones or whatever the hell they're called, but I'll try anything once.
Well, let the widow go in, see if she can get the door open.
All right.
Mate, you said you'd try anything once. Will get with me after the adventure.
Oh my
I've already
god.
tried
Never
that back in
mind.
college, son. Let's not go there again.
Never mind. That was being dumb.
So I'm going to have to try to climb up to one of these portholes just so I can be able to see into
I'll
the
give you a
room.
boost, you lady widow.
Oh, they're like 20 feet up, right? So
Anybody with
It's a big
levitate
boost.
magic or maybe a
and
grappling?
I have climbing. I have
Climbing.
climbing
Grappling
equipment.
hook, I'm not wasting my spells on this minor thing.
Yeah, I get out my climbing gear, my my grappling hook.
Tiberius could stand on my shoulders, and Willow could climb up on top of his. I see no
I
problem
start
with
to,
such
I
things.
grab a hold of the rope with my gloved hands and start spinning it around, kind of taking a few steps back. We'll just, the hook comes down and kind of scrapes against the floor a couple of times, and I give it a throw to see if I can actually catch anything up there to climb.
Okay, give me a dexterity check, sort of like as a ranged attack, maybe. Well, not maybe, but yeah, just give me a dex roll. We'll see if you can latch on anything.
Okay.
up there.
To be able to do something. 20 death.
Oh, very nice roll. Yeah. You're able to catch on one of the high tapestries up on the wall, which would probably put you about 4 feet away from that. So you may have to make some kind of acrobatical tumble to get to the hole to actually be able to, latch on with your meat claws there and pull yourself up to the hole to where you can stick your head in to look down and then use that misty diamond with one of your hands.
Okay. I just start adeptly check it to make sure that it's going to hold my weight, and then start scaling this wall.
What do you weigh?
You tug on it. Yeah, it seems pretty sturdy. It's got several chain fastenings to it. Yeah.
Okay.
You start to climb up it. Quite a bit of dust. That's been collecting on this gets into your eyes and gets into your nose. Your nose starts to tickle a little bit, and you're able to scale your way up. You're able to climb on and hang on to this tapestry.
Okay. So I guess I have to do. I will attempt to adeptly reposition myself so that I can get to this porthole.
Want to do one of those acrobatical types of tumbles, eh?
Of course.
I'm waiting for that. I love that. And you're only,
She used
about
the word
30 feet
adept.
up, so, it's not like you take a whole bunch of fall damage.
I positioned myself to catch her, Dave.
Okay.
Nice.
Out of the way, Dave.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, you're able to do a beautiful...
He said, "Damn it." Okay.
yeah, damn it. I wanted to give her 3d6 damage, but she does a
Now you can give it to
beautifully
both of them.
silhouetted, tumbling, type of grapple. She catches on with one
I
hand,
think out of the box.
two hands, and then she pulls herself up to the hole, and she sticks her head inside. And you
All right.
and you basically see the exact same thing as what I had told Vay. And the spider kind of skitters out of the way a little bit. You hear this thing squeak as it kind of moves around and hangs on the wall
Yep,
itself.
spider squeaks.
Spider squeak. I think
So-
your spider needs some oil.
Of course, I'm gonna. As soon as I'm looking down here at the most advantageous position to reappear as close as within the
Sure.
range of the misty step.
But you never said you were doing this adeptly.
Well, there's
Shut
really nothing but flooring down there. I mean, there's no
Right.
there's nothing.
But I mean, I want
else.
to make sure that I'm doing it behind.
Oh,
That I'm not gonna
they're
appear
on
right
the
in front of
opposite.
these guys.
No, they're on the opposite side of you. Like I
Okay.
was saying, you're in the back of this massive chamber in the middle of the spire, and as you
Okay.
look in, it is just an open floor with bones everywhere. There's 3 pools of blood. There's a well on the left-hand side with a pool of blood by, and like I said, the well's kind of
Lots of blood.
yeah, it's inlaid into the wall. The well on the right has blood, and the center well, which is the largest well, this thing is. This well looks big enough that a dragon can come through, and this
Okay.
has the largest concentration of blood, and you can see several limbs. You can see a couple severed heads. You see a sacrificial altar.
Nice.
A couple sacrificial daggers up onto this altar. Sort of like dripping blood off of it too. Fresh
It looks like a
blood.
party to me.
Yeah. And you see these 2 figures,
Okay.
one on the left, one on the right. The red-robed figures on the right-hand side. The purple-robed figure, which you would definitely know is a purple-robed knight. He also has that beautiful dragon mask on. That has basically 5 heads coming off of it. The 5 different colored chromatic dragons. But the floor below you. Yeah, it's within 30 feet. So if you wanted to use that Misty Diamond, which
Yep.
is actually a great
That's what I'm
idea,
doing.
a great idea, you could use
That was
that,
excellent.
and boom, you could basically, but
Okay.
you know that those things make a popping sound too. So with this chanting going on and whatnot, there's a chance that you may be heard. Maybe you're definitely taking a chance. That's for sure. But
Okay.
that the risk is great, but it needs to be done, and it's a lot better than just breaking down this door with a crowbar, which is
So
the Misty Diamond was a beautiful thing, beautiful idea.
So
You
I'm
just
gonna
won
be
D&D, Vay.
I'm gonna be prepared that as soon as I feel the floor beneath me, I'm like pulling my hood up, and I'm just saying this is what my projected movement is. As soon as I hit down there, I'm gonna try to just immediately stealth and use my cloak to go invisible if I can. Just in case they hear me.
Yeah, well, yeah, your cloak, it doesn't poof. You're
Well, it
invisible.
makes me-
yeah, it
No,
blends
no,
you
it-
into
it-
your
it makes
surroundings.
me-
Yeah.
Right. It
like a
makes me so that
chameleon.
it improves my stealth as well as
Yeah.
the boots I have on have
Yeah.
stealth improvement.
It would definitely blend
But
you into your surroundings.
all right. So I'm going to use this stone and
Okay.
poof myself down there.
Okay. So what you can see this as well. Now on the door, because I know that you're going to wonder how in the hell am I going to open this door up, port and instantly turn around or face this thing. Wherever Misty Step faces you, you're just going to turn. Now this door has a huge iron or steel bar that's going across it. It definitely looks like you can open it up because it looks like it falls down from the left-hand side of the door across both doors. So it doesn't look like there's a bar on the left and then a bar on the right. It's just one long bar because you can see the brackets that kind of hold it up. As it's kind of on the wall, you can see that it's held by brackets. So it kind of snaps into place. So that's what's holding the door shut. It's not. There's no locks or no. There's just the handle that you would pull the door open. So all you're gonna have to do is port down there, and then with basically just one minor action, you just fling that damn thing open. Well, and then open the door. So, and with your dex.
Hey, I just want to remark that on our side, I want
minor action.
to be listening to hear when the door is free, so we can just push it open on our side too.
Okay. No. Okay. Well,
My spider's still in there. I can tell you what's
she's
going
going
on.
to be pushing it. So if she'll probably smack you dead. then Tiberius is knocked out. Okay, so as you're preparing to do all of this, Widow, everybody hears the summoning stop, and as you hear the summoning stop, you start to hear this, and then you hear, "Come forth, Tiamat. You have what is required for you to leave the depths of the elemental chaos. Join us! Join us! Conquer the world, Tiamat! Rise, Tiamat!" And you start to hear this, and now everything is really starting to rock and roll and tumble and whatnot. So, Widow, what are you doing?
I'm using this Misty Step to get down there as quickly as I can.
Okay. Poof. You use that Misty Diamond. Don't forget to take that off your character sheet. And you're on the floor. You turn around, and because you actually were kind of facing them as you ported down. Now, what are you doing? You're turning around and one swift action opening in that door, right?
Right. Exactly.
Okay. So as you do that, all of a sudden,
First, she's going to pickpocket.
How hard are you? Are you like flinging this door open or what?
No, I'm. First of all, I'm going to take a very, very quick second to see if they've noticed that I'm there.
Give me a stealth check.
All right. Because I'm
Nice.
looking right at them. So, hold on. I was in the middle of taking the thing off here. Okay, stealth.
I knew we should have pushed that guy into the well.
Oh, Widow, what in the hell?
Oh shit. God damn it!
Yeah, as you use your Misty Diamond, poof, you land on the ground, and one of the this red wizard of Thay, because you're kind of looking back at him, because as you landed down there, you landed in like a pile of bone that was kind of blended into the floor, and you really didn't see that. So as you land, all of these bones make a lot of rattling noises, whatever like a skeleton from EverQuest. Remember the old burning skeleton that would make that bony sound? So it makes something like that.
Right.
I wish I had that sound bit. And as the figure in the purple robe, he takes his mask. You can see him taking this mask off and throwing it into the well of the well of dragons, and the red robed figure kind of turns towards the door and sees, doesn't, just kind of looks over in that general direction, But then, as you start to open the door and whatnot, sees the door open and kind of turns and faces towards everyone, but doesn't see you in particular because of your, you are blended in because of your cloak. Now, where is everybody else
Okay.
standing in relation to, the door being flung open? You guys are ready to charge in, or what?
Yeah. I'm standing right before the door, Dave. I guess Tiberius has got his ear to it, so I'm behind him.
All right, so Widow, you push the door open, and then it hits Tiberius. Poof, as it kind of hits him, the corner of the door flings open, hits
He's
him.
dead.
No, Tiberius gets out of the way. The doors fling open. Now the robed figure can see, four people standing there, 2 half orcs, a human / kind of metrosexual elf, and then the female elf. And he sees you as cultist, and as this door opens, all of a sudden you see this huge red claw grab the edge of the well as this thing it looks like it's bursting, like a zombie's hand bursting through the ground.
Oh, God.
But this huge red claw grabs onto the edge of the well, and you can see brick and plaster just breaking apart as this thing, just shatters, as all of a sudden a red head pops up out of the well, and then a blue head pops out of the well, and then another claw comes out of the well, and then all of a sudden you can see a white head, a black head, and a green head all start to come out of the well at the same time, and this is what you see.
It doesn't have to roll dexterity to fall back down the well
No,
for every head.
Legendary saves.
definitely doesn't. Legendary says, good call, guys.
Tiamat can save on anything.
As fire starts to erupt from
my
the
God.
well, this is the image that you see. Tiamat, the dragon, is rising out of the well. So when Tiamat comes out of the well,
Nice art there.
Tiamat, screams. I know you're waiting for that monster sound there, but you won't so, as the redhead.
David's
kind
my
of-
ringtone. I don't know if you know that. It's my
It's your
ringtone.
Tiamat ringtone. Well,
No, it's
Tiamat
whenever
comes
anybody
up out of
calls,
the
that's
well,
what the sound
and
is.
as Tiamat climbs out, one of the Tiamat kind of has to get her bearing and pull herself out of the wall. Well, as she takes 2 steps. One step crushes Saravan. You just see one of the
God.
figures just splat under one of the claws of Tiamat, and the next one gets the Red Wizard of Thay, and he splats all over the floor. So you guys are now face to face with Tiamat. I mean, you are in cultist regalia as well, so that's where we're going to leave it right now. So you guys saw Tiamat come up through the well, and like I said, as Tiamat breaks through the well, and fire is starting to spew out from the depths of the elemental chaos, and Tiamat appears and grabs the edge of the well. Like I said, the edge of the well starts to shatter with all of the the plaster and the brick, and one of its paws goes down. She crushes Severn, and then she crushes the Red Wizard from Thay. And then she is staring right at all of you, all 10 eyeballs in different
We
colors.
fake asleep.
Looks at you and says, "Bow down to your master!" A couple of the heads, kind of go off and chomp at the air and scream and whatnot. So what are you guys doing?
Which head was talking, Dave?
The redhead.
All right. So we now know what the
No running.
the boss head is.
Tiamat.
Okay.
Tiamat is summoned.
All right. So I look around and I'm asking these guys, "Do you guys want to bow down?" I'm all
My
for
legs
bowing
are
down.
kind of shaking, but I leave
Yeah.
everybody else,
I'm sorry, my knees are locked.
Don't lock your knees, Vay.
You'll faint. You'll pass out.
Let's have at this thing, Tiberius. We must end this evil and go down as brave heroes.
Let's just run straight for him.
Yeah.
Are there any
Oh, God,
stalactites, Dave?